For the audience, what do you guys call that in the district? A watch?
It's a replica.
Straight replica.
So there are incredibly good replicas that have what they do. They're basically Frankensteins, meaning that half of the movement is original to the manufacturer, and then the other half is a replica. So what they do is they buy an original watch. They take half of that movement to produce two replicas, and they're so good that you have to have a very experienced watchmaker open up the movement and have a real good look at it. So you really need to partner and have a relationship with a trusted reseller such as us, because we put our money where our mouth is. We buy the item, and in order to buy, you must first vet each and every timepiece that comes into the maximum degree, because we cannot sell something that isn't completely original or fully warrantable condition.
Can you tell the audience where to reach you exactly for they can get a watch authenticated?
The best way to reach me is by text. I probably answer fastest by text.
So the next question I have for you is, how often should a mechanical watch be serviced?
A mechanical watch by default has to be serviced whether it's worn or not worn every 5 years. And the reason is because, being a mechanical timepiece with many moving parts, there are oils and gaskets that dry up. And if oils and gaskets dry up, the mechanical timekeeping accuracy is not the same, as well as the water resistancy is also not the same. So therefore, in order to keep a timepiece in tip-top condition, by default, every 5 years is a must.
Nice. What should I look for when buying a vintage watch?
You should look for, most importantly, if possible, number one, am I buying it from a reputable source, which will by default have vetted the watch? Number two, does the timepiece come with its original paperwork, box, or receipt, if possible? Receipt is obviously much rarer. And three, very important to know when buying a vintage timepiece is knowing if the dial is original. There's three examples here, okay? You have a 6263 Certi dial. This is 150,000. And that's all original from the late 60s, 1970 era. This is a 1985, and I own one of these two-tone, 3800 3800 blue dial Nautilus. This is a Nautilus 5060J, which is yellow gold on an original deployment clasp. This is an incredibly rare example of an unpolished, 3 unpolished timepieces.
If someone wanted to come purchase any of those watches, can you give us an address or a contact that they can reach out to?
Certainly, they can reach out to Xenon here at 5 West 47th Street, SWD. Best number to reach me on is 332-270-1689. They can call the store, they can email, whichever they prefer. Best way to reach me easiest is by text. And I can discuss anything that they want to know about each timepiece that they're interested in. We have a lot of vintage pieces in stock, as well as new pieces, depending on what your style or interest is. Certainly, there's many questions that are brought up on each independent watch, because each timepiece tells its own story, has its own history, and is to the taste of. That's the beautiful thing about this